This is gonna sound really weird, so bear with me. Do you have a gaming safe space? Like, the one game you can always fall back on that no matter what, will always make you feel good when you play it. For me, that is Harvest Moon 64. I first played this when I was visiting my grandparents for the summer one year, and I got so lost in the simple process of running my farm that I barely left my room. But before we get any further, there's something I want to make very clear, a misconception that I want to correct. Farming is not the only thing you do. Yes, that is the core that everything else is based around, but there's so much more that goes into making a good Harvest Moon game that simply referring to it as a farming simulator is completely missing the point. The people are what make Harvest Moon Harvest Moon. Their personalities, the stories they have to tell, and the way they slowly open up to you as you get to know them is one of the main reasons that establishing a daily routine and slowly building up your farm is worth it. Not to mention that some of these relationships can eventually blossom into love. It's weird, but it works. When one of the characters told me she would have appreciated gifts of milk and eggs, it motivated me to save up for and raise a cow. Whenever I saw Karen up in the mountains, I was sure to give her some berries or flowers because watching her warm up to me and give me new dialogue that wasn't just her being harsh and standoffish was immensely satisfying. Far more so than the extra 40G I would have made by selling that item instead. It's subtle here, but this is something Stardew Valley explicitly states. The Harvest Moon formula is at its strongest when it's acting as a place to escape to, when it's giving you that realm where you can get away from life for a while so you can take things at your own pace and hang out with some very pleasant people. And as much as I love Stardew and the myriad things you can do in that game, I grew up in Mineral Town. There will be times where I legitimately miss the people here, times when I get the urge to rush back into this game and spend hours reacquainting myself with old friends. Stardew doesn't have that. It doesn't have the music box. It doesn't have the Firefly Festival. Stardew doesn't have Ellie. I mean, come on, she bakes, she's wearing an apron, and she has short brown hair. This woman was a perfect storm for me. You want to meet my #1 video game waifu? This is it. Quite literally, I married her. Chasing a girl's heart is only one side of the game, though. You're always chasing a new dream in Harvest Moon 64, and when you accomplish one, chances are there's another goal right around the corner. Are you saving up for an animal, or trying to get your hands on a house extension? Are you building up your horse to dominate at the races, or raising the world's most impressive field of crops? Are you beating back romantic rivals, or trying to woo the local goddess into doing you some favors? Or most likely, you're doing all of them at once. And then events start to unfold in the world. Other characters have lives and dreams of their own, which you can become involved in if you get to know them well enough. And these are some of the coolest moments in the game, letting your hard work and care pay off in some truly satisfying ways. Appropriately enough, Harvest Moon 64 is a game that you will get more out of the more you put into it. There is nothing more satisfying than using this footage to go over how my farm looked at the beginning of spring to seeing how developed it was as early as mid-summer. To look back over all the accomplishments I'd made and still know there was much work left to be done. I have not even begun to play this game, despite the countless hours I've put into it already. And when I look at that title screen and stare off into that endless field with that comforting music playing, I realize I don't think I'll ever truly be finished.